Well, welcome everyone to today's webinar, Using the RealCare Program to Engage Your Students. My name is Emily Kuhn and I'm on the marketing team here at Realityworks. I'm here with Samantha Forehand, our Marketing Communications Manager. Samantha is going to be presenting today's information, but before we begin, I just wanted to let all of our attendees today know a few things. One, that we are recording today's presentation, and all attendees will be receiving a follow-up email that contains a link to the recording, as well as a certificate of completion for taking the time to attend today's webinar. Also, we will have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of today's presentation. So although we encourage you to type in any questions as you think of them, using either that chat box or the Q&A window on your screen, we will be answering all questions at the end of the presentation. With that, I will go ahead and turn it over to Samantha.
Right, thank you, Emily, and welcome everybody to the Using the RealCare Program to Engage Your Students. I'm very excited about presenting this topic today. It's one of my favorite topics because we talk with educators around the country, around the world who use the RealCare program and are constantly getting some best practices for how they engage their students to really bring their lessons to life. And just excited to be able to share some of those topics with you today that hopefully you can implement and start incorporating into your program. So my big goal is going to be to give you some of those best practices. You may have heard them before. So I'm going to dive a little deeper into 5 top ones to really hit home with some engagement tools on those 5 best practices. So just to give you a little overview of everything we're going to talk about, I just want to start out with who is Realityworks. We've been around for about 22 years. We are expanding every day, every week with some new product offerings. I just want to give you some background on who Realityworks is and what we can bring to the education market. Also want to cover the RealCare program. We are going to talk about the RealCare program today, and I want to familiarize all of you in attendance on what the RealCare program is. You may be very familiar with RealCare Baby, but maybe not the full line of other products that we offer. Then we're really going to get into who is today's learner. Every 5-10 years, the learners, the students that we educate, they change and their learning styles change. And we need to keep up with what today's learner, how they engage with the classroom, how they learn, and how we can change our teaching topics and styles to really hit these lessons home with them. We're going to go into the 5 classroom engagement ideas. So 5 best practices and ways that you can take these best practices to engage today's learner. And then finally, I just want to hit on some new products that we're offering here at Realityworks. As I said, we are growing. We have some really great new fun products that I wanted to share that you may be able to implement into your classroom. So a little bit about Realityworks. We have been around, like I said, just over 22 years. We have really gotten into the education market. 67% of school districts in the US, 90 countries. We've impacted over 6 million students worldwide. We hit our customers and we partner with our customers. It is a really big goal for our company to hear what's happening in the education marketplace and to see how we can help solve some issues or pain points in the classroom with programs that can educate students and help them really learn a topic. So we partner not only with our customers, but we partner with organizations around the country and world as well, so that we can learn what's happening in the marketplace and be able to best support you with some great programs. With that, we focus our programs and products around interactive learning aids paired with curriculum. So really, as a company, our goal is to see what needs are out there in the marketplace and to provide some really innovative solutions. We want to create a comprehensive learning experience and a comprehensive program for you to be able to implement. So through our partnerships with educators, we have learned about some topics that students maybe need to learn a little bit more about. And we look at that first by how can we bring curriculum to this? looking at standards for a particular topic. How can we write our curriculum around those standards? We look for subject matter experts in the field, educators that are already teaching on these topics, and they can help us expand this curriculum with the standards and the topics to really create something that's going to be easy and educational for you to use. The ease of use is important. Educators have a lot on their plates. We want them to be able to open our curriculum, know that it fits standards, it's interactive, it's fun for the students, and it's hitting on the key topics that are needed. With that, once we kind of look at this curriculum, we then look at what kind of learning aids or tools can we pair with it? What models or simulators are going to give some of that hands-on learning to pair with that curriculum to once again hit that lesson home for students. And then finally, we make sure we have some student activities, some fun activities that they can do with one another, that they can do outside the classroom to bring those lessons to life. And also, how do we assess what is happening? Assessment is important. The student wants to get feedback on what they're learning, and you as an educator want to know that they understand your topic. So we find assessment to be really important, whether it's through pre-test, post-test, or through a software that we have paired with a product as well. So creating that comprehensive experience is really important when we look at our program and product development. So some of the learning aids and tools that we offer here, we keep hands-on learning in mind. Everything from our RealCare Baby, our RealCare Program, Total Parenting Experience line. We keep that hands-on learning in mind. We've expanded into the welding and agriculture market, into health sciences. Really, all of our products have that goal to create the lasting educational and experiential learning experience. And we really want to be able to serve the career and technical education market. We're into business education, trades, welding, agriculture, health science, trying to offer those programs that can best serve the classroom. Now, specifically, the RealCare program hits topics with human development, parenting, childcare careers, infant care skills, nursing training, different areas that you may be teaching some of those childcare career skills as well. Now, the RealCare program started with our flagship program, Baby, today known as RealCare Baby 3. This is the first product that we brought out. And over the last decade plus, we have really looked at what other topics you're teaching around RealCare Baby that we can bring some learning aids, some hands-on tools, some comprehensive curriculum to as well. And we've expanded into starting all the way from conception, our pregnancy profile. It's a wearable suit. Students actually get to feel what it's like to be 9 months pregnant. But we take it a step farther by pairing it with a curriculum, a standards-based curriculum that hits on goal setting and careers around pregnancy and how the student's life would change. So it goes beyond the wearable, but it also has that hands-on tool for students. Recently, we brought on tools for fetal development, looking inside the pregnancy belly and what is happening, human reproduction. Expanded into what happens after birth if the baby were preemie. Shaken Baby hits on child abuse prevention topics and so on. So really our goal is to bring your lessons to life with these hands-on tools. So with the change in today's learner, we really wanted to take a deep dive into how are they taking in information. And what we really know about today's learner is that they're motivated by doing. They like to do things, touch things, try out things. They don't always trust what is said, but they trust what they can see themselves. So here's where hands-on learning is key. What can you do to motivate the student by doing and getting to interact with something? Also, today's learner loves immediate feedback. They have smartphones. Students and young adults have smartphones. The beauty of a smartphone is that they can get instant information or action right away at the touch of their hand. They like to get that technology and feedback right away. It helps their learning. That's how they learn. And then also 21st century interaction is really important. These are tech gurus. They know a ton about technology, and they want to use technology to help better understand what's happening. So incorporating technology into the classroom is more important than ever. And we've seen this really happening over the last 10 years or so. But these tech gurus really, really need to use technology for their understanding. Now with that, while technology is great, it's moved away from just general soft skills. So today's learners are really lacking soft skills. They don't get to talk to one another, work through problems with one another, use those critical thinking skills quite as much because they have the answer right in the palm of their hand, right on that smartphone. So we need to look at those lacking skills, those lacking soft skills, and figure out how we can hit those lessons still while engaging the students with their learning style. And when we say soft skill, what we really mean is the ability to interact effectively with others, sometimes known as employability skills, personal skills, work skills, just those general ways that we work with one another and communicate with one another. And a really interesting statistic that we saw is that overall, hiring managers found soft skills such as communication, leadership, ownership, and teamwork were missing in this new crop of workers. So I really wanted to take today's webinar and look at what some of those key soft skills were that were missing and how we can take those and make them into engaging topics in your classroom, especially using the RealCare program. So when I looked at some of those key soft skills missing, the ones that really rose to the top were communication, critical thinking, technology, teamwork, and presentation skills. And as I looked at each of these soft skills or employability skills, I saw that they could all really be turned into engagement methods in your classroom. You know, getting students to use critical thinking skills, asking questions, stretching their mind to possibilities and thinking differently is engaging for them while teaching them this great soft skill. So what can we do to engage today's learner while strengthening those lacking skills of soft skills? So now what I want to do is jump into some of those best practices, some different ideas we have learned from educators on ways to engage the student, but also look at how we can incorporate those lacking soft skills along with these engaging best practices. So the first one idea I want to propose to you guys is incorporating career exploration activities. This is something you probably do in your classroom already. You incorporate lessons on careers that they could actually apply to skills they're learning. But maybe taking it a few extra steps can make it a little bit more engaging for that student. Start out in your classroom by asking the students, what careers involve infants? What careers involve substance abuse? What careers involve pregnancy? Think about those RealCare program topics that you're already teaching and challenge back to the student what careers involve some of the topics. Have the students come up with a list of each of these, have them do the research, reach out and interview people, and then present to the class what is something they learned about these careers. Now, something that we offer at Realityworks is we offer free career exploration lessons that pair with any of the programs that we offer. So we have one specifically for the RealCare program. In those questions above, what careers involve infants and substance abuse, we actually already have lessons tied around that you can use. But to make it a little bit more engaging, I suggest you have the students come up with those careers and do the research. But there is a great list out there as well. And now the engagement method or the soft skill with this idea is communication. The students are going to have to communicate with each other when they're coming up with a list. If they're going out and actually interviewing people, they're going to have to communicate verbally or written to somebody to get some answers about a career and what the possibilities are. And then if you have them present to the class, they're going to have to communicate clearly to their class. And also with every lesson, we suggest you journal and write this down. They're going to have to communicate on paper for you, the educator, of what they're learning about. So this is a great way to incorporate that engagement method of communication. Plus you're hitting great lessons on incorporating career exploration. Idea number 2, create a family shopping list or create a budget, especially around having a baby. This is one we have always suggested for probably the last 20 years with the RealCare Baby program specifically. Students are really unaware of how much it costs to actually have a baby. And this can be very, very engaging and really can open their eyes to how much it's going to cost to have a child. So one idea we have is come up with a budget sheet or have the students come up with some of those key items or supplies they're going to have to buy. You could have them use the internet, or you could take a field trip to Target or Costco and have them actually price out what it's going to cost to have a baby. Then challenge them to find out how much it's going to cost for a year. Use a budget sheet so that they're actually learning a little bit of financial literacy while having the lesson of the budgeting and the cost of a baby hit home. Now, if you already have the RealCare program, we have a worksheet for you, a baby cost worksheet built into the curriculum. And as you can see on this, it calls out the equipment, things like a changing station, height chair, supplies, which would be toys, blankets, burp cloths, and so on. And gives them an idea of what are those key supplies and equipment they would need. But you could create your own as well, especially if you wanted to get into other topics like childcare costs. And down below you can see medical costs. There's a lot into having a baby that they wouldn't be aware of. And this is going to take a lot of thinking for them to really get into what does it cost to have a baby for an entire year. Now, beyond actually doing the budget sheet and researching it out, we highly encourage that you do financial reflection. So have the students do a journal or write a paper on what they learned from this activity so that they can really think about what they're learning. What surprised you during this activity could be a great question. How would these expenses change your life? What are you going to do to prepare to be financially responsible for a child? This is going to open their eyes. It is going to expand those critical thinking skills. They have to think beyond just filling out the budget worksheet. Have them really reflect on how this would change their life, ask questions, stretch their mind into other thinking ways. Have them share with each other too, reflect with one another on how having a baby is going to change their life or what they're going to have to do to prepare. Try to engage them beyond just filling out the sheet as well. The third idea is utilize social media. Now, social media is something that today's learners use. They have Instagram accounts, they have Facebook pages, Twitter, and so on. So why not utilize this tool and incorporate it into your classroom? If you use RealCare Baby, have them take pictures with baby. Maybe they take them when they're in your classroom and they're leaving. Maybe they have an assignment where they have to take baby out in public and they take a picture. And then have them post it up to their social media page. Along with journaling, you could also have them do video journaling. If you go out on YouTube and you look for RealCare Baby or Computer Baby, there are hundreds of different videos of students talking about their experience with baby. This is a really powerful tool, and it's a great way for them to express what's happening and share with other students how their experience with baby's going. But they're really doing some great skills here too, learning how to communicate about this. And they're utilizing social media and they like it. They get that instant, immediate feedback that they want of a like on their page or a comment on their page or somebody sharing their experience as well. Now, a great tip that we learned from an educator about utilizing social media is if they're going to do it, have them use a class hashtag so that you can follow their experience. Maybe if they do post it with the class hashtag and it's appropriate, they get extra credit points for that as well. Using this hashtag is going to help you follow what's happening with their experience, but it's also going to be able to share with other students in the community what's happening. This is one example that we saw where this educator uses the hashtag #WeAreBranson. She uses this hashtag in lots of different lessons that they're doing. It's showing the whole school district some great creative things she's doing in our classroom. Plus, it's giving those students that immediate feedback and kind of the fun and the technology use of social media. So the engagement method we see here, it's clear, it's technology. It's that instant, immediate post that they get to do and the instant reaction. But think about it beyond just the classroom. You're expanding engagement to your community and to your school of what's happening. Idea number 4, guest speakers. Guest speakers is a great way to show students it's more than just you, the educator, talking to them about a topic. It's other people that can share experiences. We suggest bringing in a nurse, a childcare worker, a social worker, a teen mom. Depending on your lesson, you could gear a guest speaker towards that topic that you're educating on. In a way to take it a step further and really engage with the students is once you locate or you determine who your guest speakers are going to be, assign a student or a group of students to actually interview that guest speaker before they come in and have them do a 2 or 3 minute presentation on who the speaker is and what they're going to talk about to the class. This engagement method and skill you are giving them is presentation skills. Being able to communicate and talk to an individual outside the classroom and then being able to relay that back to the other students in the classroom. It is a great free tip you could do today. Even if you're bringing in another teacher, having the student introduce them, teach those presentation skills to them. And the final idea we have is collaborative activities. This is probably the #1 lacking skills that we found in our research for students going into the workforce today. And it's probably one of the easiest ones we can do in our classroom. Teamwork is so important. Any activity you do, maybe try once a week, just making it a group activity, having the students work together on a particular topic, learn from one another, learn about the differences between people, collaborate together. One activity that you can incorporate today is we have free interactive posters on our website. These posters are just ones you can print out. They're just 8.5 by 11. You could hang them around your classroom, put the students in groups with each poster, and have them answer this question. Before I have a child, I want to. Before I am a parent, I need to be. Good parenting is. Have them come up with 5 ideas, 10 ideas, and work together to rank those ideas, and then share it back with the class. This is a great engagement method of teamwork and collaboration. You're teaching a really important skill, but collaboration is increasingly engaging for today's learner to be able to work and learn from one another. Now, some of these tips we have you may be doing, but the goal of this presentation was really to try to give you some ways to utilize them today and to kind of increase that engagement while teaching some of those key skills. Now, Realityworks is expanding quite a bit. We're keeping soft skills in mind all the time. Our curriculum that's coming out with products really incorporates career exploration, incorporates soft skills so that we can make sure we're also engaging students and bringing those lessons home. So some of the new products we are offering in the health field and the family and consumer science fields we have listed here. Key ones I wanted to point out is that employability skills program. We actually developed an employability skills program. It incorporates the 5 engagement methods or the 5 skills we talked about today, but it also has another 15. So we looked at the 20 key soft skills needed for real world scenarios. It comes with a curriculum, student workbooks, it has some great workplace scenario cards, and it comes all in one package for you. And really it's an out-of-the-box experience to teach some of those employability skills. Another one I wanted to highlight is our food safety kit. Our package, similar to the employability skills, is it's an all-in-one package. You can open up the box, you can teach 2 weeks worth of food safety to your students. It has posters, it has a trivia game, it has a DVD curriculum. It actually has the hands-on tools that you're going to need, the glow germ gel to run those lessons, to do a 2-week food safety lesson. So I encourage you to go out to our website online store and learn a little bit more about some of these new products that we're offering. And everything you see comes with that comprehensive curriculum, presentation slides, and student activities. And the last one that we just launched this week is we launched student workbooks. Looking at today's learner, we really learned that they like to do and act on things. So we thought student workbooks were a great way that they could bring some of your lessons to life, write it down, and have a takeaway with them. A lot of the lessons within these workbooks are already part of your RealCare program that you have, but we boxed it up into a convenient workbook for you. So we have one paired with the RealCare Baby. It's called the RealCare Baby Experience Workbook. And we have a second one paired with the RealCare Pregnancy Profile called My Life Student Workbook. These come in packs of 20 for $2.49, and they are available on our online store as well. So we gave you a lot of information over the last 25-30 minutes, and I just wanted to put up one final slide before we go to questions and just say, now what? What do you do with all this information? A big takeaway is go to realityworks.com and download the free assets we offer: career exploration curriculum and interactive posters. Go right to our homepage and you can get all of these assets for free from us. And also, now what? If you have questions on your RealCare program or questions about new products, contact your account manager. They are eager to talk to you and help you expand your program. You can simply email information@realityworks.com. And now we just want to open it up to any questions you may have about any of the topics we talked, engagement methods, or any of the new products that we have to offer.
Okay, so on your screen, you can see 2 ways to submit a question. You've got a chat feature that you can feel free to use, and you've also got a button that says questions and answers. So we'll give everyone a minute to go ahead and type any questions in. We will answer all the questions that we have time for live. While folks might be thinking of questions or jotting something down, I did want to share one that we received from an educator. I'm not sure if you're on the presentation, but it was from one of the educators who registered, who was wondering, it sounds like she had recently taken over a RealCare program, didn't have a whole lot of supplies or curriculum. What's a good place that she can get started?
Great question. We hear it all the time, just where do I begin? You may be taking over a program, you're not even sure which version of RealCare Baby you have, or if you have a drug-affected baby or shaken baby and so on. Highly suggest you simply contact Realityworks, and we'll set up a time to walk through your programs. We have some great visuals to help you understand what you have or what you need, and we can help build that program with you. So contact us, information@realityworks.com, or call our 1-800 number. We have a great customer service team who would be eager to help. Additionally, if you're just looking to get started with some simple activities today to be incorporating these topics, go to that career exploration lessons. Those lessons, while they are intended to be used with the RealCare program, they can be standalone lessons. So going to realityworks.com, scroll down, look for free career exploration lessons, and incorporate the one for RealCare Baby today, something you can walk away with right away.
Thanks, Sam. It looks like we do have a question from Megan. She's wondering, is it possible to get a sample of our new RealCare Baby workbooks? It sounds like it's something she might need to show an administrator or a supervisor before purchasing. Good question, Megan. What would we say to that?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. We have some sample pages out on our website that we will be loading. But if somebody needed to get an actual one, we could send one out for you as well. So Megan, we will make sure we have your information and send you a PDF of a couple of the pages that you can share.
Great question, Megan. I am not seeing any other questions. So with that, we can, oh, just kidding, there's one. Looks like Muriel, and pardon my pronunciation, it sounds like is a teacher in Canada. She teaches family studies in a French immersion setting, which means that her lessons and activities are done in French. Are we thinking of creating or providing a French curriculum? Interesting question.
We have a distributor out of Canada that I highly suggest you connect with them. If you go to our website and international distributors, they are the company that is going to have the answer for how you can do the translations and what they would have available. And what we'll do is for everybody on this call, we'll send a couple pages, a couple PDF pages of that workbook so you can get a sample of what that's going to look like. So great question.
Okay, if anyone else has any questions, go ahead and type them in now. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get everything wrapped up. We'll give everyone, say, a couple more seconds.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody who joined today. You will get a certificate that you came to this session today, post this webinar, and also recording if you want to share it at all. And we really hope that you got some great engagement tips to implement into your classroom right away.
Thanks, everyone.